Welcome back everyone, today we're reading Tumblr because I want to.
Summon Ketamine Ape is a banned spell. Frick it, fine, whatever. I summon a normal gorilla. I summon some ketamine. Scribble knots. Peer reviewed. Saw a little gray alien at McDonald's and the cashier was being really condescending, you know? Going, "Aw," and asking if he wanted a Happy Meal. Never been happier to see some jerk blasted with a laser gun. What a messed up person. If you want butterflies, you need to live with caterpillars. I'm not being metaphorical. I work in a garden center. Stop buying plants to bring in the bees and butterflies, and then immediately poisoning every caterpillar that dares to consume a single leaf. You will not get butterflies if you kill the things that turn into butterflies. What are you doing? It is kind of funny that people need to be told the real version of this as well as the metaphorical version of this. Metaphorical, yeah. Close enough. Shoot, man, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. I swear yesterday was June 2010. As is tradition in Tumblr culture, the locals unearth the corpse of a long-deceased figure and drag it across the streets merrily, laughing at what is preserved of the person's words. This custom, seen as morbid in other cultures, is instead done gleefully and with unmatched enthusiasm. I mean, it still feels like it holds up though, right? I really like this style. Blog stacking deactivated 202x0y0z onto the end of their URL to give the impression of being a dead blog who should be left alone. Tumblr camouflage behavior. Tumblr possum behavior. Ooh. The king picked the guy with skull shoulder pads for the court magician job, which is exciting. That's either going to be great or awful. Of all the phrases we used to say in the 2010s era, we need to bring back "what the hap is frickening." Because honestly, what the hap is frickening lately, brother? Love reading this, but saying it out loud, I don't know. I gotta think on this one because it's coming in close to corny. Not for me, I was born on the cob. I'm a-okay with being corny. The only issue is I'm not sure how many platforms will let me say "what the hap is frickening." Like, I'm choosing to censor because I know YouTube won't. Otherwise, I'd be using this. It's 2026. I cannot handle any more frickin' Author A obviously ripped off Author B discourse by people who have only seen the work of Author B and admit themselves that they have no further knowledge on the literary landscape they are moving in. Like, you mean the frickin' genre trope? Original ideas do not exist. Like, that's just a scientific truth. We do not have original ideas. It's how we remix them that makes them feel original. Like, some things do feel like a bit of a blatant ripoff. There's no denying that. But there's going to be overlap if you look hard enough in basically anything. Elon posted that crying anime woman meme, and the mangaka behind it demanded he pay $1 billion for the licensing. Also, Elon Musk is the least funny person. Babe, will you please turn on Google Maps? No, ancient instinct will guide me. You forgot the translation, which Google gives as Elon, the new CEO of Twitter, has reprinted my picture on Twitter without permission, so please give me $1 billion for usage fee in dollars. It's funny and a bit sad to me how the Bayonetta franchise has so many Devil May Cry references, even outright taking one of the demons from the series, and Devil May Cry has just not referenced her back even once. We had a whole Mega Man arm for Nero in 5, but we can't get a crumb for the witch. It's like the Bayonetta franchise is an old desperate ex trying to get their old fling's attention to no avail. But seriously, give me a Bayonetta reference if we get in our game. Just one will do. Stop ignoring her, Dante. Also, yes, I know Mega Man is owned by Capcom, hence the reference in 5, but it's funny that it referenced Mega Man before Bayo. Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta. They're very similar in tone too, aren't they? This recipe is perfect for weeknights. It only takes 30 minutes. And the first ingredient is an entire butternut squash cut into 1-inch cubes. In the defense of recipes like this, what isn't sold pre-made varies depending on where you live. And because of that, some people forget that in some supermarkets, you can very easily buy something pre-cut or canned that way. And in others, you just can't. And you have to do it yourself. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying it's kind of hard to account for that. Just saw a do not interact with any bad person on it. Bad people, when they read someone's do not interact and find out they aren't welcome. Aww. Tragic. Men will say, hear me out, and show you the most conventionally attractive woman they've ever seen. Meanwhile, women will say, hear me out, and show you this thing. In what world is a tall, muscular man not conventionally attractive? We've all been down here too long. I truly think there's a chunk of Tumblr's population that can no longer survive sunlight. Women will say, hear me out, and show you a photo of Pyramid Head. A couple of users will go, this is a perfectly normal man, and an ice cold take. You know, if they just removed the pyramid part of the head and it was a normal face, that would just be your casual alpha male character. Character, I say, because the characters are the alpha males people actually like. Don't forget that. The people who call themselves an alpha male in real life suck. But, like, there's no denying this is a fairly attractive body. I'm sorry, but it is, and a lot of people will look past the blood. Not even just women, I mean men too. Trust me, I've been on the internet long enough. I've seen it. I've seen what you frickers are into. And it's deeply concerning. I reminded again of my old coworker who was a massive misogynist, but also trans-inclusive. Told me he believed trans women are indeed women because only women would be stupid enough to want to be women. I wonder how he's doing now. He also aggressively corrected himself whenever he accidentally misgendered a trans guy we knew because there's already more women than men in the world, and the more number we steal from them, the better. Did that even when the trans guy wasn't around? So to me, this is actually really important. A lot of people think of bigotry as a binary, either you are or are not a bigot. In this is someone who is not a bigot when it comes to trans people. At least, I'm assuming based off what has been said here, that's the case. However, they are also very obviously sexist. And that is a very interesting case where usually sexism and transphobia kind of go hand in hand. I've said it before and I'll say it again, transphobia is usually just sexism. It is interesting. But it also makes a lot of sense when you realize bigotries are not inherently connected. You can be bigoted in some ways and totally unbigoted in others. Aw, babies. The Tortoise and the Hare have worked out their differences and are now sharing an apartment. Good for them. Rivals to lovers, combination slow burn / speed run. Yeah, I guess so. Someone write a fanfic of this, please. Give me the stuff. Spicy or not spicy, I'll take it either way here. For 10,000 years, I rise again to destroy the kingdom of... It's gone. I beg your pardon? The kingdom, it lasted like, I think around 23 years after he got sealed. Well, this is awkward. Still, no one will be able to stop me now. We have nuclear weapons now. No mortal blade can harm me. Dude, we stopped using blades for warfare a long time ago. How about you sit yourself down and take up beekeeping instead? Fool, I am a creature of wrath and violence. Nothing will sate my howling void but vengeance against the deserved. Oh, well, I mean, in that case, let me bring up a list of billionaires who are destroying the world, and we'll see about finding you your next target. Thank you, AO3, for being an archive and not an algorithm. Thank you for letting me like things without consequence. Thank you for always being free with no ads. Thank you for having lawyers to defend our freedom of speech. Thank you, tag wranglers. Thank you, all authors, and thank you, AO3. I've never used AO3 before, so I have no idea how accurate this is. The hidden cost of Yuri. What you see. 2 girls on an aquarium date. Aww. What you don't see, like $60 per person. Admittedly, they're usually students, so it's probably less. I love thinking I'm a hater and then meeting a real hater and going, wow, that does not look fun actually. Going back to my lukewarm hater ways. Performative haterdom. I couldn't name 5 hater bands. My mental health walks make my mental health worse because I live in a garbage dump. I love this image because not only is it accurate, But also, every time I see it, I subsequently scan the image to make sure it's not somewhere I know, because everywhere in England looks like this. Could be literally anywhere. When you ask a knowledge keeper something and they say, "Good question." It is validating. It really is. And usually they say good question because it's something they want to talk more about. Or it's something interesting that they like talking about in some way, shape, or form. Every time someone says, "Hey, how are you?" and I say good and forget to add, "How are you?" I feel like I've missed a QuickTime event. Oh, that is relatable. I do that a lot. Everyone is on their own journey? That is horrible. Maybe let's get in groups of 3 to 5. For real. Who else is cold tonight? Come on, everyone. You know what to do. Oh, that is so relatable. I wish for cuddles. Every ad. Hey, I'm a candid, friendly, conventionally attractive young adult. Money is hard right now. Have you heard of gambling? It's not that deep. We'll start digging then. No, really, we can make pretty much anything that deep if we want to. Just, actually talk about it instead of just joking. It's that easy. That does not mean it always should be that deep, though. Sometimes we have to stay on the surface level because otherwise things start getting painful.